So it's been a pretty big last few days for comic book fans and movie fans and Ben Affleck fans since the trailer or the teaser trailer, I should say, for Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice recently was released. It was actually supposed to officially release yesterday, I think. And earlier, I think on Thursday, they did that stupid thing that, all these studios are doing where they do like previews of teasers, like give us like 10 seconds of what would have been like, a 90-second teaser, which is just a stupid trend, which it should stop. I get that they're building up hype, but, like, what are we supposed to be grateful for? A little tiny taste of what we'll see in a couple of days. But I mean, I get it, but it's clearly not working because, of course, that same day, the teaser trailer leaked all over the internet. So, in the best and most good sense possible, they did end up releasing the full teaser trailer in official capacity on Friday. So they released it officially. Hashtag not pirated, hashtag not blurry. So good on them for doing that. And a lot of people got a sneak peek into what we can expect from this huge, hyped up event. And so a lot of people are sharing their thoughts on it, and I thought I'd do the same. I guess I'm a little late on this one, but better now than never, I guess. And I've been getting a lot of requests to hear my thoughts on it. And so here's kind of what I think. I'm I'd say I'm pretty down for the movie. I mean, not that I wouldn't have been before, but I think it alleviated some fears. Like, I mean, there's going to be criticism no matter what. Uh, DC very obviously and very quickly is trying to set up the same kind of universe that Marvel kind of does, where they kind of crossover characters and do these big things. Where this is technically the sequel to Man of Steel, and already he's matching up with Batman. But I mean, it looks interesting. One as a sequel to Man of Steel, where it's taken kind of sort of an unexpected route, sort of, at least not a route we've seen before in terms of Superman movies that we've actually seen, like as big budget movies as opposed to the comics, television, whatever, where Superman finds himself in a world that isn't too happy about him. I know there were some kind of struggles and kind of hints at that in Man of Steel, but here it's like, okay, these people of Metropolis, they're kind of like, hey, we don't really want you here. False god is what it kind of shows on the statue of Superman. So people are like treating him as a god. Other people are like, hey, get out of here. Meanwhile, if you look at, like, the original run, like the Chris Reeves Supermans, uh, everyone loves Superman. They're always like, "Hey, Superman, what's up? How you doing? Take a picture with my kid, whatever, stuff like that." Here it's like, "Fuck off, Superman." So that's kind of interesting to see him in a world where he is kind of misunderstood, kind of like what any superhero is, which is interesting, but also something that maybe we don't quite usually see with Superman. We do think of him as the Boy Scout, basically. So it's a switch, I think, which might work to the advantage, because it looks like, at least from what we can suppose in this story, is that the controversy surrounding Superman makes it all the more important for Batman, who we can kind of gather is semi-retired. It's kind of like taking like the Dark Knight Returns kind of approach to it, where he has to kind of stand up and do his Batman thing, which is cool. Even though it's not directly linked to the Chris Nolan Dark Knight trilogy, you can kind of almost see it as if it could have continued from that, which is why I think they really were gearing to try and get Christian Bale to return. But whatever, we have Ben Affleck, and we finally get to see a little bit of him, both as Bruce Wayne, and we see that it's like an intense shot where there's no dialogue. We just see like the classic kind of Bruce Wayne brooding, which is really good. I mean, I think Affleck got that part down. He definitely looks like the seasoned Batman that they're kind of going for. Other seasons, Bruce Wayne, we see him kind of just nowhere, just kind of staring at the cape and cowl as if he's like saying, "This is what I have to do because I'm Batman." I think that's cool. And we see a little bit of him in the suit, just a little tiny glimpse, but enough to, kind of raise our excitement for it, which I think it does. I think it definitely appropriately does. He looks really cool in that suit, and it does look like, legit right out of the comic book Batman suit, where it's not like, it's not rubber, it's not armor, it's something that's like a Batman suit where, his buff fucking Batman training physique kind of shows out of that. It's like a brawler kind of look to him, which I think looks really cool. And I think this might really calm down a lot of people who may have been skeptical about Ben Affleck as Batman. And of course, we see that one shot where they're kind of like standing off, Superman kind of hovering above him in the rain, of course, and Batman in his fucking tactical brawler suit with the lighting up eyes, which is really cool. Kind of like what we saw in The Dark Knight Returns in the comic. It, of course, teases us that there's going to be a big brawl between the two. Wisely, it doesn't show any combat, which I doubt at this point they would. And I even hope that, for further trailers, they don't reveal too much, because I mean, really, that's what you're seeing the movie for. You want to see Batman and Superman fucking kick each other's asses, which I mean we've seen in comic books, on animated versions of their stories, but never, have the two crossed paths in a motion picture, which, I mean, there's a lot to live up to, but if they get that right, I think if there's any kind of problems with the movie, they may be forgivable. If it's like a 2.5 hour movie, and they devote like 20 minutes to like a fucking epic, awesome fight, I think it'll leave a lot of people happy with the movie. So, I mean, it has a lot to live up to in that sense, but it looks like from the tone they're setting up, from the little shots that they're showing, there's a lot that they can explore with that, and a lot of ass kicking that they can show. And that's one thing, I mean, story aside, that I think Zack Snyder can deliver on. So I'm excited to see that, and we get even a little bit of Affleck's Batman voice. Do you bleed? You will. That sounds really cool. Definitely a departure from the Bale voice. The you'll be in a padded cell forever, kind of, a little too much there, which I liked. Sidebar, I really liked Bale's Batman voice, but whatever. So yeah, it's a teaser. It teased. It kind of promised things to come. I'm pretty excited by it. I'm pretty down for this movie. Any kind of reservations I had, I think we're set aside, because I think the teaser trailer did a good job. I'm excited for the movie. There's still a lot more that, of course, I'm curious about, that we're all curious about. I mean, we don't see any of the returning characters from Man of Steel. Lex Luthor, played by Jesse Eisenberg, he's heard but not seen, so it'll be interesting to see, once we get an image of him. And other characters, Wonder Woman, I think, is supposed to be in the movie. Aquaman, I don't know how they're going to fucking fit everything in, but get Batman, get Superman, get them to fucking fight each other. Got my ass in the seat. So I guess those are generally my thoughts on the teaser trailer for Batman vs. Superman. Dawn of Justice, long title, we got to shorten that. But yeah, anyway, I look forward to more, and thanks for watching. I'll see you later.